The last time you waited for something, truly waited, with your hands still and your mind quiet, without reaching for your phone. When was it? You cannot remember. And that right there is the problem. The man who invented infinite scroll, the very feature that keeps you scrolling endlessly, called his own creation behavioral cocaine, a mechanism designed so you never have to wait, never have to stop, never have to choose. You wait in line at the coffee shop and your hand drifts to your pocket. You sit at a red light, and before the light turns green, you are scrolling. A friend is telling you something important, and your mind is already 3 thoughts ahead. You have trained yourself to fill every single empty second, every pause, every silence, every moment of nothing, gone. Replaced by something, anything, as long as it is instant, you do not even notice it anymore. It feels as natural as breathing. And the numbers confirm exactly what Ruskin warned us about. What is happening to your ability to wait is not just a feeling. It is measurable, it is accelerating, and it is far worse than you think. A 2026 study tracking 45,000 people over 13 years found that the average human attention span has dropped by 37% since the year 2000. 37% in just one generation. Think about what that means for a moment. Nearly 4 out of every 10 seconds of focus that your parents had, just gone, evaporated from your generation. And the researchers say it is accelerating every single year. In 2025, 52% of people admitted they skip videos longer than 60 seconds, even when the topic genuinely interests them. We have become impatient with the very things we love. The book you put down after 3 pages. The relationship you left before it had a chance to deepen. The dream you abandoned because it was not happening fast enough. We are not just losing attention, we are losing the ability to go deep. And depth is where all the meaning lives. Researchers at Carnegie Mellon found that after a single digital interruption, one notification, it takes 27 minutes to recover deep focus. 27 minutes for a 3-second glance. Every time you reach for that little screen, you are not just losing 3 seconds, you are losing half an hour of depth. Most people check their phones over 100 times a day. That is not distraction, that is a life lived entirely on the surface. But here is what changes everything. Scientists at Shanghai Tech University discovered something remarkable about what happens in your brain when you actually choose to wait. They found that dopamine, the chemical you chase with every scroll and swipe, floods your brain more intensely during the waiting than during the reward itself. Your brain was literally designed to find pleasure in the pause. The anticipation was supposed to be the best part. But you have been robbed of that experience. Every instant notification, every same-day delivery, every algorithm that knows what to show you before you even know you want it, they stole the wait. And with the wait, they stole the joy. And this is where it gets interesting. Because the people who understood patience best, who mastered it as an art and a spiritual practice, they lived thousands of years before smartphones, before the internet, before any of this. And what they discovered still holds true. 25 centuries ago, long before screens and algorithms, a Chinese philosopher named Lao Tzu sat in silence and asked a question that still cuts through everything we think we know about time. That is not passive resignation, that is radical trust. Trust that clarity comes not from forcing, but from allowing. Not from grasping, but from releasing. The mud settles on its own if you can simply stop stirring. And modern science proved Lao Tzu right. In 1970, psychologist Walter Mischel placed a marshmallow in front of a child and said, "If you can wait 15 minutes, you get 2. Some waited. Most could not." Imagine that scene. A small room, a child sitting alone, a single marshmallow, and one devastating question. Can you wait? The ones who could, who found a way to resist the pull of right now, their lives unfolded in a completely different direction. Those children went on to score higher on every academic test, build deeper relationships, and report significantly greater life satisfaction decades later. 15 minutes of patience in a small room shaped the trajectory of an entire life. Now, later research revealed the full picture is more nuanced, that economic stability and environment play a role too, and that matters. But the core truth endures across every study, the ability to sit with wanting without immediately acting on it. It rewires you from the inside out. Not because waiting is punishment, but because waiting is practice. Practice for the kind of person you are becoming. In the Buddhist tradition, they have a word for this. They call it Khanti, the perfection of patience, one of the highest virtues a human being can develop. And it does not mean what most people think. Khanti is not gritting your teeth. It is not suffering in silence while you wait for something better. It is choosing to be fully present in the space between wanting and having, and discovering that the space itself is sacred, that this moment, the one you keep rushing past, is the only one that is real. So here is your invitation, not to become a monk, not to move to a mountain, not to throw away your phone, but to practice what may be the most revolutionary act left in a world that wants everything in seconds. The act of simply choosing to wait. The next time you feel the urge to reach for your phone, to fill the silence, to skip ahead, just wait. Breathe, let your mud settle, let the water clear, and watch what rises to the surface when you finally stop stirring. Because the peace you have been searching for, it was never somewhere ahead of you. It was never in the next notification, the next purchase, the next dopamine hit. It was always right here, waiting patiently, in the pause you kept refusing to take. Patience is not something you find. It is something you practice, one still moment at a time, and the world will rush on without you. Let it. You were never meant to keep up. You were meant to go deep.